I just don't know much about strategy, but like he definitely plays a very game.
You have like thousands of dollars.
I have probably over $1,000 in this game, and I don't play competitively. I'm not even that good at the game, honestly. I lose constantly, as you know.
I do know. How many wins? Can you count how many wins you've got?
Last edition, I had like 5 wins.
5 wins. What about now?
Not 5 wins, but like that's the ones I can count that I can remember. Now I probably have over 5, which is a lot better.
That's better than 5. Yeah, 6 is better than 5. Go figure. I think. Did I win when I was playing with Klaus?
Yeah, you and Klaus won against me and Kenny.
I think I'm undefeated.
It was so Jover. Because, yeah, you did beat Klaus when you were playing, I think, Orcs and I was with Knights.
Yeah, I know. I was.
And you beat Klaus because Klaus couldn't make any charges. But when we play on Tabletop Simulator, he gets extra gamey.
What do you mean? He, like, meta games harder?
Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm going to move him, because it gives you a precise measurement. He's like, okay, I'm going to move him 1.1 inches away. So he's not within engagement range, but it's like basically a guaranteed charge unless I get Snake Eyes, and Snake Eyes are always a fail. So it's like, oh, wow, thanks. Yeah, you're really rubbing it in here, because a 2 is still the same thing. If you're 2 inches away, it's the same deal. You're not going to miss, but... Oh, well, I just need to learn to get better, learn my armies a bit more, and just make sure he doesn't have fun.
Yeah.
I need to play even harder to make...
How you been doing? Fuck. Have you been doing more of the... Because I know, like, you used to really... Like, every single army you'd play, you wouldn't move them, and you just sit there and then...
I've been playing them more aggressively recently. Okay. My Knights, I've actually been playing them a lot more aggressively, and, last time I played, it was on Tabletop Simulator. I played my normal Knight list. I didn't do anything crazy, even though I could have gotten Knights I don't have. I just played my tried and true list. Klaus beat me with Chaos Knights. But, like, I was, like, really down dumps. I was furious, and then after I hit a manic episode, I didn't care anymore.
You reset.
I reset, and I'm like, this is a good game. I'm having a blast.
I had a manic episode.
I had a manic episode, and then at the end of it, I'm like, you know what? That was a good game. That was very chivalrous. Let's go. Because it was Knights versus Knights. And it's a matchup I've never played, though I really do want to play because it's cool. Just giant robots versus giant robots. But, yeah, I'm going to try something new. I think actually when my paycheck hits, I'm going to get, not another big knight.
Yeah.
I'm going to get 2 more small ones and build them both as the melee variant, because right now I have 2 melee, 2 shooty small knights, and I don't think I'm getting mileage out of having 2 shooty ones. Usually either one does nothing and the other does something, or both of them do nothing because the first one probably dies and the second one's just sitting in my home. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to try using, next time I try knights, I'm going to get them anyway because I want more knights. They're my favorites, but I'm going to get more melee knights because Klaus ran a list for knights. We had 3, like, melee-focused little knights. Also, just because they're special, they're not mine. They have more flavor.
So you like them more?
But his were devastating. Like, they were stupid, but I'm like, hey, wait a minute. He had 3 melee little knights, and they did pretty well. Maybe I could try and do something like that. But also, he used a build on 2 of Big Knights that game, which didn't do much because I was at just the right amount of, like, durability to where I could reasonably not have it affect me too much. But I was doing some rules deep diving because I remembered something.
For Knights or just in general?
For Chaos Knights, what he was playing.
Oh, okay.
And I remembered that there's a Knight class, the Knight Diabolus or something like that, where it's just... You just play the normal Imperial Knight kit in a Chaos Knight army.
Yeah.
And I was looking through rules, and I found out that these knights, the Knight Diabolus, it's like okay, so you can use any knight chassis from you can use any of like the normal knights from things, but it's not limited to what they are. Like if it's not like if you choose this weapon, you have to choose this weapon.
Oh my god, like I didn't even notice you're about to die.
Yeah, like you're limited. No. And so I found out something stupid. Because one of my favorite knights that I use, he's been around since like the start of my Imperial Knight collection. And he's done well in most of my games. I even now always run him as the leader because I painted him as like the highest rank out of their bunch.
Yep.
But he has a weapon called a rapid fire battle cannon. It is D6 plus 6 attacks, rapid fire the same. So if you're within half range, and it's 72 inches, which is already like across the board.
Yeah.
But if you're within half range, which is not hard, 32 inches is not hard to get into half range.
Yeah. When I'm hard, I'm about 32 inches.
But it's instead 2d6 plus 12 shots. So you're always guaranteed to do 14 shots. But you could at max go, what is it? It's 2d6, so 12 plus 12. You can get 24 shots max if you roll boxcars. However, I learned that on the Chaos Knight version of this chassis, you're not limited to the weapons you can take. Meaning you can have 2 of these. Meaning in half range, it is 4d6. Yeah, it is 4d6 plus 24 shots.
Can you only have 2 though?
You can only have 2, but you're rolling 4 dice plus 24 shots.
You think you're gonna try and run one of those, or
I might get one for my own Chaos Army, but he ran 2 of these. Fortunately for me, he forgets that it has smaller weapons. I did not, but I'm gonna let him make that mistake.
You're already getting your ass beat.
I'm already getting my butt kicked. I'm just gonna let him make the mistake because that's what I do all the time. I always forget stuff. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna remind him. He probably knows some of my stuff, and at this point that he could remind me, so I'm not gonna remind him.
I think that's the hardest part of the game for me is to remember all the little rules.
Yeah,
like, I can eventually remember like what all my little guys is like health.
That's why knights are my favorite, is because they're so simple.
Yeah, and like on the board you only gonna have. I only have 6 people.
I don't have very many models, and the rules are simple. I don't have to remember much. I mostly have to remember like maybe some stratagems, maybe an ability here or there, but I'm at the point where I pretty much know a lot of them, at least the ones I use by heart. But and also you're not gonna be doing some crazy like strategic thinking. It's giant robots that if you point something at something, more than likely that thing is probably not gonna be much.
And half the time they don't even get any cover, so it's like
you're not gonna get much. You're not gonna get much cover. You're a massive vehicle. It's not hard. Of course, it makes sense. I'm not gonna blame him for it, but anytime we play, of course, he brings a lot of anti-armor, which is how you're supposed to fight knights. If you're not bringing designated anti-vehicle stuff, you're screwed. Because there's, I think, 2 types of lists that could be described as a stat check. And the knights is like, do you have enough anti-armor and do you have enough damage to kill me? And then there's horde horde armies where it's like I don't care about how much damage you got. Do you have enough guns to kill me?
That's more what I'm going for, but
yeah, orcs like to lean in towards more a lot of bodies. They're quality through quantity.
That's good. Quality through quantity. I've never heard that.
The fact that a shooting list that can potentially be used for orcs is funny, and I would be down to try it, but I already have like 3 shooting armies. Well, I have 2 shooting armies. One of them is knights, and I have knights aren't shooty, but they're
their own different thing. Basically.
Every knight is going to have a gun.
Yeah,
they're gonna be good at shooting and melee if you give them a melee weapon. So they're whatever. But I have 2 designated shooting armies. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play my orcs more melee. But
I have the 5th edition. Is it?
Combat Patrol. You have the 9th edition Combat Patrol.
Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was
the 10th edition one is Beast Snagga Boys, and as a rule of thumb, all of their units get a lot of like anti-vehicle shenanigans.
Just because?
Just because their whole gimmick is they like to hunt big monsters. Their army rule this edition is called the Big Hunt.
Oh, so the editions happen like
every few years or so.
Every few years, just. Is that when they do all like the big, like they'll drop a bunch of lore, they'll make new models, or is that? Or
usually
is it just...
when an edition comes in, the setting moves along, and also it's new rules. 10th edition, I like how it runs for the most part. There's some things I don't like, but some things I definitely think it improved on.
I've just been annoyed because you got me that codex like, and then immediately went to 10th. So all that's.
However, Wahapedia. They don't want you to know this, but Wahapedia is free and within a relatively short time after a codex comes out, they will have the rules on their website for free.
And you can just play the 9th edition. Like
You could just play 9th edition. There's nothing stopping you from playing an older edition. I've talked to people that have played older editions of the game because they don't like the new editions.
Who like I only play 4th edition.
When I talk to him, he's pretty chill about it. He's like, yeah, but I don't play any of the other editions. It's just, he's like, I just don't like the rules. That's it. He's like, I don't play this edition. I just play the other ones because I like them more, which is fair. I like the simplicity of the rules for these editions, but I wish they had more of the cool, more narrative-focused rules.
Isn't that like just inherently some factions are way more powerful than the others?
Yeah, that's why some people say I want armies to be exactly like how they are in lore are stupid. Because you'd be paying
everyone would play Space Marines.
Everyone would play Custodians.
Yeah.
And woe to the person who has to then play a Horde army. Because if we're depending on who we are setting as like a starting point for points, like either a guardsman because they're just a normal dude, or are you playing what? Or Space Marines, because they're like the de facto poster child. If you're playing a Horde army, you're going to be shilling out the big bucks, because if you're playing Lord Accurate Tyranids, well, in lore, when they arrive on a planet, they are in such numbers that it literally can block out the sun. Playing...
And bugfucker nuts.
And bugfucker nuts. It's a shame they got rid of Bugfucker. He's the coolest character that anyone's ever made.
Are you lost again?
I think I am now. I haven't played this mission in a hot minute. I'll find the key eventually. I know where the key thing is. I just need to find the key.
Is it not just the left right up here?
Might be.
I feel like this is a very...
This looks like where they would have a key.
Exactly. I feel like in the middle would be a floating key that you'd grab.
Ammunition identified. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, little servo skull.
You know, you were talking about last time. You were talking about how you think that the servo skull like points to where you're supposed to go.
No, I don't. I no longer think that.
No. But when you were saying that, it made me think of, I forget. It was like, I think it was Native Americans. They would well, I don't remember what it was they were hunting. Some type of bird, and they would hunt a bird, and to find out and they thought that to find out where the next pack of them, a flock of them, I guess, they would grab
the key right here.
They'll grab the skull of the one they just killed and crack it, and they'll follow the wherever the cracks point. They'll go that way, and that made
Where you come from?
That made it so that they always found the birds, because the birds would try and avoid where the humans have already been. But when they crack the skull and go around, it's completely random, and that's why when you said that, I thought that. Is similar, because he's probably just programmed to look in random directions, probably more towards where you are, so you can see his face front on. But you were just assumed that because of random chance. Sometimes you found it, sometimes you didn't.
Yep, I got the key now. It was in a weirdly placed spot. I wish it was on that ledge over there. That would have made more sense.
Yeah, it would have been a beautiful little spot.
It would have been a beautiful little spot. This game is beautiful.
Your mama's beautiful. Okay.
This man Gucci down to the socks would need $5.
Yeah, when I'm rich, I'm probably just going to buy a cool
I'm rich, I'm spending it all on Warhammer.
You can buy a Warhammer costume.
I could.
If I was rich, I'd buy a costume.
I'd commission one of those people who are able to make Space Marine costumes and actually get someone to make me one of those, because they all look good.
Oh yeah, I'd get a Halo.
A Spartan?
A Spartan, yeah. A Halo, yeah. I'd get
Another one I would consider maybe is a Helldivers.
Yeah, I think I'd just get a Halo. Fuck, I said it again. No, an ODST.
Yeah, ODSTs would also be cool, because you don't really have to increase your height or anything like that. Because I know I'm not tall enough.
I guess you don't have to if you do a Spartan, but then it's...
Well, I'm not tall enough to be a Spartan. If you're, on the upper end of 5 foot, you could probably get away with it, but I feel like...
How tall are you? 5'7"?
I'm 5'6" to 7".
Okay. Wait, I'm going to ask my one coworker, because I just remember that
I'm not tall.
They made a Godzilla suit.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a full one. Wait.
You don't have to be tall to be a Godzilla.
Yeah. Godzilla's only 5 inches tall in the movies.
Yeah, he's in this secret origin story for Godzilla, they actually found him as a microscopic speck on the bottom of someone's shoe. And they're like, wouldn't it be cool if this thing was big?
Yeah, that's all Godzilla. It's not on the nuclear war and
Yeah, it's not like an analogy or allegory for the horrors of the atomic bomb.
It's just because they found like a blue speck.
It's just because they found like a little gray speck on the bottom, and someone shooting and said, "Hey, wouldn't it be cool if this thing was like 1,000,000 feet tall?"
What is that bullshit? You could just jump 40 feet in the air to slice him. That's so
I love the chainsword.
I was just like, I wasn't paying attention to you at playing, and then I just saw like
I looked up. The commando launch is so good.
I was like, how does he get up there? There's no way to platform up there.
I wish the knives in Call of Duty could do this.
Dude,
it'd make my job so much easier.
Dude, people were running. I was playing a Call of Duty, like I said, and not with Ryan. It was before that. And I wasn't lagging. I was playing with a knife. The other team had somebody with a sledgehammer, and I think it was actually the same person switching from sledgehammer and sword. And I was just bodying them every fucking time because those things suck ass.
I know in one of the Warhammer bundles, the Space Marine bundle, you can get a skin for the sword that's a chainsword.
Oh yeah, but you have the knife.
I got the Guardsman bundle since I play Guard, and also mainly because the Space Marine one was super expensive compared to the Guard one.
Do you think tabs would be a good game to play on the channel?
Yeah. Either one of us going through a campaign, or we could do our against each other, or we could even do the custom units.
Yeah, like making custom...
didn't they get rid of all of our... No, I think you still have some of the custom
No,
units.
they got rid of them all, but we made more.
Yeah, we made more. I don't have the Banana Gang anymore.
Yeah, you don't have Soup Dweller.
We no longer have Soup Dweller or the Bonk Sage.
Yeah, the Bonk Sage. They crashed the game every single time that he hit anybody. That was the Bonk Stage.
Yeah, that was the Bonk Stage. I just wanted to make like a guy who had a stick to hit something, but like for some reason, anytime he hit an enemy, the game crashed.
And it's weird because you'd assume like, oh, it crashes because you made his damage so high.
No,
or
he just has normal damage and like normal abilities. For some reason, when he hit something, the game crashed. Doesn't matter what he hit. If he hit a person, game crashed.
Yeah, it's not like we gave him like.
I have these flamer guys. I have them on tabletop. They're fun.
Do you paint them the same way?
I haven't painted them yet.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure I really like these like colors.
I like the blue because I like the new, but
I just think they're too like vibrant.
How I do
I guess that's what this game is.
Yeah, and also Chaos is vibrant. I like you can the beauty of it is you can paint them however you want. But how I like my
they were humping.
Dude, I can't believe I'm sorry. I can't believe I tore apart those lovers. But how I've been I use all my Demon Prince, which is a model I'm very proud of. Klaus helped me sculpt some stuff to make him look more snazzy. But the paint scheme I gave him, I think it looks really good.
You want to send me pictures? I
can send you a picture of it.
Should I just link the Instagram account that you guys have?
Pretty much.
Post that stuff?
On occasion, I should probably start posting more. I think the last thing I posted was some work in progress on my knights. I might either make a whole new painting account.
Why?
Just for me, because I mean, it pretty much is already just for me, but like I could have it for Mir. And maybe I could, if I have it, I could start posting some of my stuff I've written for them, my little lore I've written for my little toy soldiers.
Yeah, why don't you just turn server hobbies in there? Because Klaus doesn't post. Klaus has fully done models and armies, but he's like, oh.
He's like, I want to build them that I painted recently, like a work in progress, and he has like quite a few units
that are. Damn orcs then.
No, and he also has quite a few units that he hasn't painted fully yet. At least the last time I played with him in person, he probably fully painted now because his drive to paint is a lot greater than mine. My drive to paint is little to none. I don't get a Minecraft Let's Play Minecraft phase. I get like a 2-week, I'm going to sit down and paint like an entire 3 units.
Dude, I just recently because my editing and doing stuff for the channel, I stopped doing it for like 3 months because I just didn't have the drive for it, and I always felt like it would be more difficult than it was. Like that's what I thought in my head. I always just told myself, "Oh, it'd be such a hassle." And then whenever I went to your graduation party, and then I came back to get on TF2,
and then my phone had its whole situation where it wouldn't charge and it died.
Yeah, did you fix that?
Oh yeah, we fixed it. Well, we didn't fix it at Mom's. It still wouldn't charge, but when I got to Dad's the next day, we used a wireless charger for it to charge up a bit. And then afterwards, my dad's like, "Hey, Mr. B, can you bring me your phone real quick?" And so I gave him my phone, and he comes out, and he's like, "Hey, can you give me a charger?" I'm like, "Yeah." He plugs the phone in and it charges.
What did he?
He cleaned it out.
Oh, okay.
He cleaned out the charge port. We tried doing that at Mom's, but we didn't have anything like what he used. He just used a toothpick. We didn't have toothpicks. We tried knives.
Wow, that probably wasn't good for it.
The toothpick worked, and so my phone can charge perfectly. Even on charges where I used to have to finagle a certain into a certain position, now they work perfectly.
So you just had a dirty, disgusting phone.
I just had a dirty, disgusting phone. I mean, my phone case is absolutely disgusting. It's not like...
Where's your phone right now? Let me see it.
It doesn't...
Oh my. Big yuck. Dude, I'll freaking clean that
later
today.
Glue.
Huh?
It's not like gunk or anything.
Oh, it's glue.
It's glue. It's not like actual like dirt and grime. No, I every once in a while I clean out my phone's like inside of its screen. No, it's just glue that I've gotten on my phone because I usually like to have my phone nearby me and on my... When I'm painting,
Level complete!
When I'm painting, I like to either listen to music or... One time, I think my Demon Prince, while I was painting him, I just listened to the entirety of Dracula Flow. I don't know...
There's a new one.
Yeah.
New Dracula Flow out where the
Yeah.
it's all the way down to his nose. You know what I mean? Like his widow's peak.
But yeah, it was so... Me and Klaus constantly reference Dracula Flow.
I need to listen to more of that.
Like, whenever I use my one night, I was talking about my Castellan is what it's called. That has the plasma thing. It has another thing called a Volcano Lance. It is the most stupid weapon ever. Because it is only like, it's D3 shots, meaning you only at max getting 3 shots. However, it is like strength 1,000,000, so it's gonna go through any armor, if not like on 2s and then on 3s, which is still good. It has AP -5, which is you have a save characteristic, for example, a save of 3 up. If AP just makes it worse. Like if you have a save of 3 up and there's no AP, you have to roll a 3 and up to not take the damage.
What is this for?
Warhammer.
Well, no.
Oh, for like I'm just giving an example, a quick rundown of, I guess, wounding.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you were giving a specific one.
No,
for,
so
like,
I could tell you just how horrible the Volcano Lance is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If someone has AP 0, you would still only need to roll a 3 and up on your dice to make it. If you have AP -1, it's 4 and up because it's like -1, so you have to roll a 4 and up to not take the damage.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then the Volcano Lance is AP -5. So, and there's no such thing as a 1-up save.
Is it
so,
at least like damage well or something?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
So if you roll, you would... So, it's always going to go through unless you have like an invuln save. Which a lot of vehicles don't have. So it's still just screwing you over. I think it's like D6 +8 damage. And if it's targeting a monster or a vehicle model, you don't, if you get a 1 on that damage roll, you re-roll it. It's so stupid. I call it, and of course reference to Dracula Flows, one of his things was, I got the registered God particle on my hip, ready to have some hickory smoked off. Anytime I use that thing, I'm like, I have the registered God particle on my hip, ready to have some hickory smoked whatever whatever class is playing. Me, Klaus, and Dan went to
Dan?
Yeah, he's playing Warhammer with us.
Oh.
When me, Klaus, and Dan went to Fabricator's Forge one day, there was a guy behind us who was setting up for a game, and I saw he had a knight, and it was pretty well painted. I actually quite liked it.
And you flirted?
And I was telling him about my knights, and I was showing him my knights that I was playing. And, oh, that is a...
Is that a pit? Oh.
Probably, but I just finangled some geometry. Totally on purpose, though.
Polyhexahedron.
My polyhexahedron. And I was talking about my knights, like, oh yeah, I'm trying to come up with names for every one of them, so I was holding up, I have a name for all my big knights. I don't have a name for any of my, well, one of my little knights has a name, except for he's one of my worst ones.
What's his name?
His name is Rusted Pride.
Oh.
But anytime, I always know to not put him in anywhere where I think he's going to be too important for him to succeed. Because, he likes to roll poorly. I don't know why, something about him, he likes to roll poorly. But... my one big knight, my leader, is named Merciless Tribute. I still need to probably go back and do it. But, of course, the original lore for the house, the night house I made, was originally pretty memey, and then it got more serious.
Mm.
But the lore was, and I still do in my little canon forum, is that they tax people.
Yeah.
Like, if they saved a world, where you're gonna have to pay a tithe to them. But immediately, as I got more serious, something like that, but I'm like, how can I make a knight's name taxation without representation? Without, like...
It being silly.
Without being too silly, and without, like, making it, like, actually a bit reasonable. Like, you can... It's not, like...
You can see him being named that.
Yeah, and so the name I came up with him is Merciless Tribute.
Okay, I see.
And, I want to... On his battle cannon, I wanted to, I haven't done it yet. I should probably go back and do it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Is I want to put W2. Like the tax form. Nope. Remember.
Why is everything red?
It's a purge, meaning there's going to be enemies nearby.
Why is blue?
It's glowing.
This game is
But,
buggy.
my big one with the registered god particle, his name is, Death of Ignorance. And then, because you will learn to fear him. And then my other one, my more aggressive one, his name is, Forge Fire.
Mm.
I still need to come up with a name for all my little knights. They're not as important, but I want to come up with a name for them.
Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce 2.
Bryce 2,
3.
Bryce 3. I think, I actually recently built a new knight. I got a new knight, but I built him.
Have I seen it yet?
I don't know if we've seen him yet. I think I might have a picture of him. I can.
It's there right now.
I can scour through my photo gallery or just messages I've sent to like Klaus. It's probably gonna be hard since he sends me a lot of stuff, but.
Yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until like halfway through the day when I was at work.
Yeah, I think I said like, happy early birthday or something like that. Happy early cake day. But if I didn't, if you watch this class, happy cake day. Happy belated cake day.
Happy belated cake day.
But yeah, it's what I did was I went on eBay for this because I'm becoming an eBay warrior. You can get some good prices on models.
Ooh. Oh.
If there's an enemy around here,
sword.
I could just hover. Wait a minute.
Oh. This game's a platformer?
It is. There was one section, like a later mission, that I absolutely hated because I couldn't do the platforming well.
Is that the lava mission?
Yeah, it was the lava mission. I think
I just thought about to fall again.
No. Oh, a Terminator. Oh no, it is the dive rocket launcher. Take action regarding that individual immediately.
Don't relax, I'll handle it.
Dude, I at work one night. It was a bit stressful. I wasn't too stressed, but I probably because it helped that I just like made a loud noise to get something out of me. But something happened. I didn't really care too much, but afterwards I just put my hands up over my head and just said, "I am the angry pumpkin, the architect and the builder. They arrive from their escalators with a sense of purpose. They are playing at their residence. The head is soaring." And it had my manager like on her knees, like cackling.
The head is soaring. Dude, I wish I was real because it's like translated AI. I wish there was people that just talked like that.
When I first saw that.
Yeah, it moves his mouth too.
Yeah,
it's
when I
like...
first saw that, my immediate reaction, I even commented on the first one I saw, was, this is my favorite Bible verse. It sounds something straight out of the Bible. Yeah, it was very fun. I liked.
Alright, Bryce. There's been a lot of info dumping about Warhammer.
Yeah.
We gotta make a funny joke.
There
Bryce, you first.
we go.
That was good. Alright, I got one. What did the, what, I don't know.
What I want to do is I want to find, like, a blanket similar to one of my favorite blankets. And, like, get, like, a clip or something like that. And turn it into, like, a cloak or a cape. Because, honestly, one of the most comfortable feelings is, like, fresh out of bed, so you're still, like, really comfy. Like, the blanket feels really comfy. And then just walking around the house with that draped around my shoulders.
I need to get a different blanket. This one's too thick, and every single night I sleep with my like balls out.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
At Dad's house, there's my favorite blanket. It's a thicker blanket, but I have a really good fan, and I'm also not in a humid basement. But I like it because it's super comfy.